Hey friends, Jill here. Welcome back to Whispering Willow Farm. I hope you all had a great weekend. We actually took Monday off from posting. We had the plant sale on Saturday. Easter was on Sunday. And so Mama just didn't get to it. And that is okay. But today we're going to head to the greenhouse. We're going to plant some stuff. And it is also a very, very special day. Today Nathan is 40 years old. And so we are going to put him to work a little bit. And then we're going to spend a lot of time celebrating him. Him and June are actually in the garden right now. The chicken somehow got over, and so I'm not really sure how that happened, but Nathan has just moved Simba out into the garden to try to rally and corral them back into the chicken coop where they belong. So let's go get in on this action, and then I'll tell you guys what we're going to be doing out in the greenhouse today. What you doing, big boy? What you doing, Simba? You gotta walk around. Oh, they locked me in from the inside. Hey, buddy, what are you doing? Listen, are you gonna get those stinky chickens out for me? Let's go get them out. Come on, come on. Come on, let's go get them. Come on, Simba. Come on, Simba.
Look at this hole.
Whoa!
Hey.
Oh.
Get all, Ivy June got all those eggs.
Good job.
Careful.
Junie, do you know what today is? What?
Monday, Saturday.
Saturday? No. Can I tell you a secret? Come here. What's Daddy's birthday?
Daddy's birthday.
Say it. Can you sing to Daddy?
Happy birthday to you.
Oh my goodness, that's just
Keep going.
Happy birthday to you.
Keep going.
Lily, Simba, turn up.
Say happy birthday to Daddy.
Simba's giving me some extra love
Happy
today too.
birthday to
I got it.
you. No.
I got it.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, Simba wants some lovin's.
No, go.
Alright, so Nathan just fed the hogs. He's putting Dahlia back up. She kept getting in with one of the hogs, and while it was super sweet to watch, her food's not down there. So I'm going to wait for him, and while I'm waiting for him, I'm going to go ahead and get all of our stuff ready to do the soil blocks.
Okay.
You going to do it too? Okay.
I can't, Mama.
You can't.
Help me.
Oh, you know.
Okay. Think about it. I can't.
You can't do it. Sure you can.
Here's your tool.
That's my tool.
Yeah, that's yours. You got dirt in your toes.
Alright, Dad, come here. How you feeling, old man?
I feel like I'm 40.
Do you really?
Sure.
Charlie told him last night that he was getting old and expanding.
Yep.
So this weekend we are having a crawfish boil for you, inviting some friends out. Pretty low key, but you get to entertain, you get to eat some of your favorite foods. So I hopped on here yesterday and did a story on YouTube, which I didn't actually even know you could do that, but just asking you guys to shower this man with birthday wishes as he's getting another year older. So I don't feel like you've gone through any midlife crises. He hasn't asked for like a sports car or anything. So,
just a side by side and a tractor. But
just a side by side in the truck.
I don't like 40's not hitting me. 30 hit me really hard. 50 may hit me, but 40, I just another day.
It's because he married a youngin' and I'm keeping him.
That's right.
I'm keeping him on his toes.
And I got 3 young girls, so.
Yeah. But yeah, so you guys know Nathan does all of our comments, so make sure you're just wishing him a happy birthday. It's another day, right? Work.
Lordy Lordy Nate's turning 40.
That's funny. I like that.
I didn't come up with that.
Oh, okay. It's just a saying for when you... Well, most of my friends aren't 40, babe. I'm just kidding.
Just your best friend.
Just my best friend. I've been trying to give him a hard time. So he's been helping me with chores. We're about to get on the soil blocking train. I'm going to show you guys about that. Before I do that, our friend Ron, who built our table, I showed you guys, I think maybe a few videos back, he's been diligently working on sourdough utensils for us. So he made a sourdough spatula. He's making a bench scraper. We've got our name with Spring Willow Farm engraved in it. And so really they do look really good. Right now we are offering them in a Mother's Day bundle. I'm going to put the link here, a photo here, if you want to get that. The link will be down in the description. It's going to be a pre-order now through the 29th, and then we're cutting it off. That way Nathan and I can get them all shipped into you guys by Mother's Day. But if you're looking for the perfect gift for the mother in your life, we've worked really hard to kind of have this Mother's Day bundle available for you guys. I have already been receiving emails asking, will the spatula be available on its own? And it will. We did 100 for the bundle, so it is limited. Once the first 100 are gone, we've kind of sold out, but he is working on another batch right now, and we will be selling the bench scraper and the spatula just as single utensils on the site. So y'all just kind of stay up to date to that. If you're not signed up to our newsletter, sign up for our newsletter so you know when everything kind of releases.
Yep, you guys, newsletter. If you sign up for the newsletter, you get all the information first.
That's right. All right, are you gonna hang out here with me while I seed, or?
Depends on when you want to eat dinner.
Oh, you know, you can go cook dinner. I'll go make this stuff so we'll have dinner in the future.
There you go.
See?
Yeah.
You like how I did that,
What are
didn't
you doing?
All right, June, tell them bye. You gonna go inside with Daddy.
Say bye.
Bye, friends.
My friend.
Bye, friends.
All right.
Bye, Junie. All right, so I have kind of cleared out a little space here. I brought my chair out here, and I've actually been bringing my computer and working quite a bit out here just to get some sunshine. We are in really kind of the final stages of having this book done, and I'm having to put in a lot of hours a week on it, and I just don't like being stuck inside. And so I've kind of set up shop out here in the greenhouse to have some sunshine, and I'm really liking it. So what I have right here are our mini blocks. We get all of our soil blockers from Johnny's. I'm gonna be honest with you, when I first started doing the soil blocks, I thought, okay, this is great, I love it. Then as I started to do them, I thought, I don't really like this. We did most of our flowers in these mini blocks. There's 20 in here. And they were just drying out super quickly. And I don't know, I just wasn't in love. And now that I've been using them, I've kind of gotten accustomed and used to using them, and I can do some comparison and see the difference. I definitely think I'm a fan. They just grow so much sturdier, I feel like. And when we were growing in abundance, really when I think about like the space, we were able to fit thousands of things in here. And it really only took up like one table. And so I do think that that's really beneficial if you're growing a large amount of things. Obviously, we're still going to be using our Bootstrap Farmer pots. We're actually in the process of doing a summer collaboration for those, so I'm really excited about that. I'll still always use those, but for our flowers, I think it makes the most sense to be doing stuff like this. Or for this instance, I'm going to be seeding every single... So it'll be every 2 weeks I'll be seeding lettuce and spinach, and this makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to talk you guys through that. So I have my soil over here, and I just keep this little plastic tote on hand, and I made sure I got it good and wet. So I'm going to form my soil blocks real quick, and then I'm going to talk with you guys about the process. One of the biggest things that we've been shifting to is production and efficiency. And with that efficiency, you have to have systems in place. It doesn't look like waiting until you've harvested your last bit of lettuce or spinach for the season to be like, oh man, I really should have grown more lettuce. It's like thinking about these things on the front end to really kind of maximize your yield. And so that's what this video is going to be about. It's just kind of showing you guys what that looks like. Alright, so I have packed my little soil blocker here. I've just got one of these trays, And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this on here. I'll actually move the camera down. You guys can see it a bit better. We'll zoom in. I'm going to just push down and pull up. And you guys can see here, it has made these perfect little soil blocks. So I'm going to be starting a thing of 20 of lettuce. I'm going to do 20 spinach, and then I'm going to do 20 kohlrabi. Alrighty, so I am starting some kohlrabi. This came from Fruition Seeds. This was actually sent to me. The kohlrabi that I started the first time was from Johnny's, but I ran out of seeds. So I found these. This week I'm also going to be starting some more straw flower because all of ours got damaged in the hailstorm. And so I have got a vintage white, a copper red, a purple red, and then some more vintage white. And I will also be starting these in these little mini blocks that are 20. And then the spinach is the hybrid smooth leaf spinach from Johnny Seeds. You guys can tell we buy bulk of this because we are going to be starting it so much and so often, so it made sense to go ahead and buy that. We're also probably going to be planting underneath our tomatoes if I had to guess in the tunnel and different things like that, so just buying the bigger bag really kind of made sense. Alright, so I want to talk to you guys kind of about my system and the strategy I plan on implementing. So like I had mentioned, the goal is to be growing lettuce and spinach year round. I do think it is doable, so I might have to change where I grow the lettuce and spinach if I'm, planning on doing a year-round production, but I really just wanted to see if I could do it. I've taken Ray Tyler's lettuce master classes before, and he's in a very similar growing zone that I am, and he swears that you can grow lettuce year round. And so I'm probably going to do some refreshers. I'm going to go back in and really just kind of watch some of his videos a bit more. He goes in a lot of just like in-depth detail about that. But the plan that I'm doing here is, so today is Tuesday the 19th. I'm going to get my calendar. And so if I am starting them on the 19th, I will start another round on the 3rd. And by the time I get ready to start my next round in 2 weeks, what I have just seeded today will be ready to go out into the field. And so that is kind of the rotation I'm doing. You can be starting lettuce and spinach every 7 days. For me, I know that that's not feasible. And I'm thinking about the space that I have. And the space that I have right now, I couldn't max out production like that and be growing spinach, 20 different spinach plants and lettuce plants. That's putting out 40 different transplants in a small area. And so I will eventually have enough space for that. We're prepping the beds in the high tunnel right now, and so we might potentially do some lettuce and spinach production underneath our tomatoes. The tomatoes will provide some shade for it. We'll also have the shade cloth on our tunnel, and so that's something that we'll probably do. But right now I have seeding on either Monday or Tuesday. This week, just with our other schedule, it fell on a Tuesday, and then I'll be seeding 2 weeks from now and transplanting out. And then it depends on your harvest time. So everything that we're growing lettuce-wise, we're growing for like a baby green or a salad green. And we're putting those in with our omelets. We're putting those in with our smoothies. We're making salads with those. We're not hardly ever using like a romaine style of lettuce. And I'm not really ever buying a whole head of lettuce anywhere. And so I'm just transplanting these out, harvesting them as baby greens, and so I'm able to really kind of max out how often I'm doing this. Now, if I were to transplant out romaine lettuce, I'd probably have to wait a while before it grew big enough. I definitely wouldn't be able to be transplanting out romaine every 2 weeks just for where I am and things like that. And so that's something to consider. What type of lettuce are you wanting to put out? It is super, super easy though, just to kind of do these. What I will do now is go back and just sprinkle some of the light fluffy potting mix over this, and then what I'm actually going to do, instead of leaving these out here, I've got a little grow rack situation on my kitchen counter, and so I'm actually going to be starting these inside. So I'm going to come out here, seed them because I have all my things. I will actually move these inside as soon as they've germinated, because they're going to germinate a lot faster being under that grow light and things like that. So as soon as I see that they've germinated, started to sprout, I'll bring them back out here to finish their growing process. I'm doing a small amount to where I can do that. Now if you're not doing that and you're growing, you know, starting hundreds of these every week or every 2 weeks to transplant out, obviously you'll just need to utilize your greenhouse. But at the small scale I'm doing this, I'm able to bring them inside under the grow lights as soon as they've sprouted and germinate, transition them back outside to finish growing until we transplant them out into the garden. And so this is one of the ways that we're kind of maxing out efficiency in our small beds. So these are the small little, I think they're probably 12-foot beds by the pergola. And so we're really kind of just maxing out, rotating different root vegetables, different brassicas, different lettuces, spinach, and things like that. And so that's kind of the goal, is to just rotate all of those beds where we're continuously planting, transplanting, harvesting, or seeding, transplanting, harvesting. And so I'm going to keep you guys posted on how that goes. So you could easily do this with several different crops. There's a lot of different things that you can kind of start this seeding, transplanting method with to really kind of max out efficiency. I think one thing to consider would be the amount of space you had. Did you have enough space to do this? We are going to be working on putting trellising up in the high tunnel for our tomatoes. They're looking really good, super sturdy. They're getting a lot more nutrients to them now once we've fed them with some organic fertilizer. These over here are kind of our squattier plants. You can really see the prominent 2 leaders that these are putting on, and so that's going to be super, super easy to trellis to. What we will be doing is, if you look in here, these are already starting to produce suckers, and so I'll be going through and just pinching those suckers off, because we don't want these to keep producing more leaders. We've pruned it down to the 2 liters we want, and so now, to ensure that we keep it at a 2 liter, if it starts putting a little sucker off in one of these armpits, we are just going to pinch that bad boy off so that it doesn't produce anymore. So I'll probably just do a little sweep, go through here, take some of those off. Yeah, so really not that many needed it. Now, if your tomato plants are a bit bigger, or even outside, this is probably one of my #1 gardening tips to new gardeners or even old gardeners. If you have huge tomato plants that you're going through and you're doing a hard prune to, and your suckers have gotten really big, you can take that thing, stick it in some water, root it, and plant it out. I have done that so many times when I have been pruning in my garden. It works excellently, and you're able to just kind of get a 2-for-1 deal. Here are all of my tomatoes that when I topped. So when I topped those and pruned them, I literally just stuck them in some soil. I didn't root them or anything. I immediately put them in here, and you guys can see these are doing great. So now I've got quite a few more plants that we'll have for either backup or just to plant them out. So that's really nice. We have some Clancy seed potatoes that we are experimenting with this year. And we started some more stuff not too long ago. So we got some more peppers here. So we're continuing to do this, succession seeding, if you will, with peppers as well. So we have different peppers. We've got some more black-eyed Susan, some echinacea, some craspedia. And then, so we've got these peppers that we just seeded. And then we had these peppers over here that we just potted up. And then these were the first round. So essentially what's going to be happening is we're going to be moving these out into the garden. And then by the time we've gotten good yields off of these, we'll be following them up with more peppers. And then when we get done with this, we'll be following them up with those peppers over there. And so it allows you just to really extend your season, constantly having them. It's really great if you can try to figure out how to succession seed a lot of different things. You can even do this with tomatoes. So typically we're doing like an early spring round of tomatoes, and then we'll be doing a summer round into fall. Now the summer round into fall will be more of like our paste tomatoes, stuff that we're making sauces out of. This will be, fresh eating. We'll make our diced tomatoes, things like that. But keeping yourself on this regimen is just going to be super, super beneficial to just max out those spaces. Make sure you're having food as long as possible. And then I feel like I just showed you guys all of these, and they are certainly just popping up. So we are going to be selling most of these. So the center cut squash is all mine. I started this Kakuzi squash. None of them have, only started 2, but they haven't germinated yet. They're this really funky squash. Then I had some old seed, and you can see we got super spotty germination. But some are coming up just a bit, taking a bit longer than others. But we'll be selling a good portion of this. We'll probably keep 1 tray. So we've got the muncher cucumbers, and then we've got a squash and zucchini mix. Hey friends, my last clip did not save to my memory card. User error, I am sure, but I appreciate you guys hanging out with me in the greenhouse today. I hope that the seeding schedule for my lettuce and spinach was really helpful for those of you who have been asking. Don't forget, we have our Mother's Day bundle available for pre-order on the website. The link will be down in the description below. And also, I just appreciate you guys loving on Nathan today, wishing him the happiest of birthdays. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon.